Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at a very cool comic book. It's Avalon #1 from 1282 Productions. It is an independent comic book that came to my attention. Very cool. Cannot wait to show it to you guys. So subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. So if you're familiar with my channel, you know I mainly do like older comic books. I'm not so hip to like a lot of the current books coming out from Marvel and DC, and I strongly feel that the best comic book going these days are more the independent or self-published books. So I was really stoked when Brandon Starocci reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in reviewing his recently released independent comic book, Avalon. So, of course, I jumped at the chance. I love comics, all comics, and especially, it's always cool when something comes your way that you were completely unaware of, and it's really cool and good. And so I'm happy to spread the word and share this with you guys today. There won't be too many heavy spoilers because, well, we'll get into that in a second. But I really like this cover. I like the art. Dimitris Nastos is the artist. Brandon Starocci, creator and writer. Alan Fingfelder, writer. And Dimitris Nastos, artist. So I have to say this cover instantly reminds me of like Top Cow from the early 2000s. It's giving me kind of like Kucha, the artist of Witchblade kind of vibes. And I was a fan of Witchblade, so I really like that. So I think that's a cool look to have. The book is in black and white, but the cover, of course, as you can see, is in color, and I really like the colors. I think the artist is really nice, and I think he did a great job. The cover is pretty moody and evocative. I think it's giving us like the proper indication of the interior. It's definitely like more of a horror kind of vibe. I like the logo. I think it looks good. I think the 1282 Productions, I like their logo for their company. So far so good. Very thick stock on the cover. It's kind of funny. I was thinking about that because it's like you would never get a book from Marvel or DC with like this thick of a cover stock. And I'm not sure how necessary it is. Like, I don't know if, like, I guess it depends on how and where and why you have it printed. But, it's still nice nonetheless. I mean, the printing is gorgeous. The stock is, like, totally thick, nice paper with a nice, finish on it. So, I appreciate that. I mean, it is hard work publishing your own book. And they definitely clearly put in the work here. It's very well thought out, very like well-rounded book. So, you know, it definitely has an indie sort of underground flair and flavor. You can tell it's an independent comic book, but it's very top quality. So Avalon, for Andy and his family, living an honest life in this world has been hard enough. Now in the midst of a new pandemic, they will face challenges unlike anything they've ever faced before. Can this family stay together and alive through it all? It's funny, I thought this, I was kind of reading, like, you know, like some of their social media and stuff, and they just wanted to put out, like, a really kick-ass, killer quality comic book. I think maybe sort of inspired by the odd times of the pandemic or whatever, you know, the other pandemics. So when they say pandemic, I was kind of thinking the pandemic that we had just gone through. But is it? It could be a different kind of pandemic altogether. And it's hinted at throughout this story. I will tell you this much about the story, and I really appreciate about this comic book, is that it is a slow burn. And they're taking their time to build the characters and the story. And I really appreciate that too, because I think it might be an ongoing series. It hasn't, I haven't had any indications that it's just a limited series. And the pacing is good. I think the huge strength of this book from a writing point of view and the art point of view is definitely the storytelling. I think, you know, there's interesting camera angles. I appreciate the fact that the artist is obviously, I'm guessing, like, kind of a young artist. It definitely has more of a, you know, independent look to it. But I have to say, like, I appreciate the fact that the artist clearly knows how to draw. You know, the perspective is good. There are backgrounds. The characters have distinct looks and facial expressions and acting, and the dialogue matches the expressions. So it is very well done in that regard. And the characters are fun and, or not really fun actually, but likable characters. And I think that I'm already kind of drawn in. One thing I have to say, and I do like the lettering. It could be a little more professional in some instances, like you don't want to get too close to the words with your bubble border, but I think that's probably one of my few criticisms. And that's just, as I know, having self-published a book, it's like there are certain little things you want to do if you're doing it on your own to sort of elevate the book and just make it, you know, as good as you can. And I think having good lettering is one of them. And like I said, I really do like the font, and it's pretty on point. And oh my God, we got a thought balloon. I love you for that, because modern comics just do not have thought balloons anymore. So I am all about the classic Hallmark, you know, storytelling tropes of comic books. So I really appreciate you doing that. And then we get these cop characters, like they're sort of involved with this. This family's out celebrating this kid's birthday. It's about to snow. It's in the Midwest. The dad's talking about not looking forward to driving in it. I'm from the Midwest, so I totally appreciate these types of conversations and hashtag Midwest problems. There's like little kooky elements that pop up. Like it's definitely giving me like horror vibes, and I feel like the impending pandemic is, I think we're getting a zombie book here. But like I said, it's a slow burn. We don't really find out too much of anything, but it's definitely enough to keep me going. I like the characters. I like the pacing of the story, and it's giving you just enough, like totally building up. There are some great panels in here too. It's funny because, you know, this is not like a superhero book. There's not a ton of action yet. We're definitely building up towards the story. But I have to give major props to this artist for just keeping everything like so visually interesting and just really doing such a great job. And I really appreciate the panel like this, like just the on-point perspective and like the fire escape going on there. And I like the black and white, like, obviously it's cheaper to print that, and I don't know if that was their deciding factor, but, or it could be maybe, you know, a tip of the hat to Walking Dead, if indeed this turns out to be a zombie book, which I feel like it will. Oh, and then we get some color, and it's the color red and inappropriate in a horror comic book, but we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's happening. Why is she doing that? We don't know. You gotta find the book. You gotta buy the book and find out. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Like, this is such a cool book. I really, really like it. It's such a valiant first effort from these guys, and I think they just wanted to get together and put out a really great comic book. They deserve tons of support. You definitely should buy this book. I mean, it's only $4.99. If you can plunk down $5 for 12 different random X-Men comic books, then you definitely need to support these guys and get this book. I will link in the description so that you can get your own copy. I'm definitely looking forward to the next issue. I hope it's not too terribly long until it happens, because I feel like they did a great cliffhanger, and just like I said, it was like a slow burn, so it gave you just enough, and then the payoff did come at the end. But it really, really is making me anticipate and want more. And I cannot wait for the next issue to come out. So, well done, guys. Avalon #1 from 1282 Studios by Brandon Starocci, creator and writer, Alan Fingfelder, co-writer, and Dimitris Nastos, artist. Great job, guys. Really like that. Thanks so much for thinking of me, Brandon. I'm always happy to support independent comic book artists. Get the word out there, spread the word. You know, obviously they don't have the power of a big publishing house behind them, so definitely share this video so other people can see what it's all about and support these guys. It means a lot. I mean, we definitely need more types of these kind of comic books. This is definitely the backbone of the comic book industry right now. Not to say that superhero comic books or Marvel and DC are completely dead, but they've been asleep at the wheel for years now, and I feel like the good comic books are coming out in this type of format by people who just really love comic books and will do whatever they have to get them made. So you gotta love and appreciate that. All right, thanks so much, guys, for watching. Please subscribe and support my channel. Hit that like button, share my content, and I'll bring you some more soon. All right, thanks, guys.